Hey guys, this is AB and welcome back to AB Tech Tips. Well, I'm sorry I didn't upload that video that I promised about laptops and monitors and deals that were on Amazon and Flipkart during the Great Indian Festival and also the Big Billion Day. I was out of station because I had commitments to my family. So I'm really sorry about that. I had completely prepared the voiceover and also part of the video was edited and ready to be exported, but I just could not complete it and I was not satisfied with the video, so I had no choice but to drop the idea and move on. Anyways, let's get into the topic that we are going to be covering today, which is the new new graphics card that have been announced and that are expected to be announced in the next year or so. And to start things off, let's talk about AMD and what it has done. It has come off of an incredibly busy couple of months for AMD that saw some of its most important product launch, such as the Zen 2 based Ryzen 3000 series of processors and also the RX5700 series of GPUs. And keeping in line, it is also launching the RX5500 series of graphics card. It is based all obviously on the RDNA architecture, but it is expected to be giving a performance similar to the RX590, but it is expected to be priced at around the 1660 or the 1650. I'm not sure how this entire range of products from both NVIDIA and AMD are going to be competing against each other, because the 1650 Ti and also a 1660 Super is expected to be launched pretty soon, so that will be interesting to see as well. Since it is an RX 5500, you can expect it to be great at 1080p gaming at 60 plus FPS for most titles at 1080p high or maybe even ultra settings. But keep in mind, I am not going to be able to review this card, so I will be basing my judgment when it does officially come out on other people's reviews. So there is that. Anyways, regardless of what happens, you should wait for the AIB cards. It is going to be priced at the same price range of the reference cards, and it is obviously going to offer better cooling than a single fan design that the RX 5500 is expected to come out with. I'm not sure if it's a standalone RX 5500 or there is an RX 5500 XT in the making, but for now we know for sure that the RX 5500 exists, and a mobile version of the RX 5500 that is going to be present in desktops and notebooks is also announced. It is easily going to be able to handle any 1080p titles for the next couple of years at 60 plus FPS, so rest assured, you guys should seriously consider this, provided they don't overprice it like what AMD has done in India with the RX 5700 series of cards. I mean, they're almost priced at the next tier of graphics card as compared to the US market. In the US, the RX 5700 XT is priced at $399, and the AIB cards are usually $20 to $30 more. You shouldn't be paying more than that anyway, but in India it is priced so close to the 2070 Super. I mean, I can get a 2070 Super in the offline market for 40k, but the 5700 XT does not come for anything less than 38, 37 ish. So at that point you might as well just pay the extra 2 or 3,000 and get the 2070 Super. It does come with ray tracing, so it's going to be that tiny bit more future proof anyway. So let's just wait and see. I'm not going to go into the specification like the number of compute units that it's going to have or any of that. I'm not going to talk about the teraflops. You guys can look through that on the internet, so I believe that it's just a waste of your time and my time. Maybe I'll put a quick screenshot of the specs on the screen right about now. Maybe, let's see. Anyways, moving on from AMD, let's talk about its fiercest competitor, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is expected to launch its Ampere series of cards, or rather, the Ampere architecture based series of cards next year, holding in line with what it has always done, that is, naming its architectures based off of famous scientists. So that would be interesting to watch because it is expected that it will be giving a 50% boost over the current RTX cards. As I already said, the Ampere based cards are expected to launch in the first half of 2020, and it is the first card from NVIDIA, which is going to be based off of a 7nm process. As I said, the 50% boost basically means that if you're going to pay a certain amount of money for, say, the RTX 3060 Super or the RTX 3060, you should expect to see a 50% increase in performance, which means that if you used to get 60 FPS in games, now you can expect to get 90 FPS in the same games using the Ampere based cards, provided the game is optimized. Assassin's Creed. Anyways, we're not sure if it's the consumer cards that are going to be launched within the first half. Maybe they are for AI, so that is something to keep in mind. But if that is the case, you should expect to see consumer based cards to be released soon after. So within the next year's first 8 to 10 months, you should see a new series of graphics card from NVIDIA. And I, for one, am really excited because some things came up and I've had to hold up on my PC build, so it would be certainly interesting to get my hands on the Ampere based cards. So let's see how this turns out. Hopefully the Ryzen 4000 series of chips will support DDR4, because I'm not going to shell out a shit ton more for DDR5. So that would be interesting to see. Anyways, with that, I would just like to conclude this video by saying that things are really heating up in the GPU market. With Ampere coming out next year, it would be really interesting to see what AMD is going to do with its RDNA 2 architecture, because currently it has no competition whatsoever for high-end cards such as the RTX 2080 Ti or the RTX 2080 Super. That's that. Let's see how this all turns out. Hopefully it all turns out for the best, and keeping in mind the consumer, both companies do launch great products, and in the end we can also enjoy the benefits. If you guys are looking at building PCs, I will do it for you guys for free. I will feature it on my channel. I will help you source the components. I will help you choose the components like the CPU, the graphics card, the RAM, the motherboard, and the power supply that fits your budget. And also, if you have any aesthetic requests, I will try to recommend that too. I will try to fit that into the build too, like RGB, or if you're looking for a particular theme such as black and white or complete black, no RGB, or black and yellow, black and red, whatever it is, I will try to accommodate all of them. So if you guys are looking to build a PC in any budget range, please do get in touch with me. I will leave my contact details, that is my email, down in the description below, so do consider that. Anyways, that's the end of the video, guys. If you like the video, please do drop a like and do consider subscribing the channel. So that's about it, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Have a great life and feel great joy.